Hey, y'all, what's up? I don't know how long this thing is going to give me. So, I just got done watching Elimination Chamber. Excuse me. This weekend has been a very busy week. I had mentioned before in my late post of SmackDown this weekend. So Friday, my son had a sleepover. Y'all could probably hear him in the background. My hair color is growing out. Saturday, went to the pool. After the pool, we were tired. Okay, I think I stayed in bed, and I don't have a TV in my room on purpose. I'm getting one though, because in the worst case scenario, if I get sick and want to watch something, then I'll have something to watch. But I don't have a TV in my room because I either watch it all the time or I fall asleep with it on. I had to start using sleep timer when I had the TV in my room. I put it in my son's room, which he didn't have one in his room, and now he has one. But yeah, Saturday was that. Sunday, my son got baptized. Went to church. We go pretty much every week, but he got baptized. I recorded that. Then after we got home, we went to my brother's house. He played with my niece and nephew. They made dinner. We started to watch movie. We sang happy birthday to him. He got his present, one of his presents. He got a PS5. And we got ice cream cake. His other two presents are next month. So we got like mid to nosebleed seats to go see Evolution. And the only reason why we got tickets, for one, it's our first AEW match, but it's Sting's last match, and I'm a huge fan of Sting. And then when Raw comes to Raleigh, of course we're going. So I was like, we could sit right up front, you know, where they hold the signs down the aisle, and people like we was gonna get tickets to that. I said, or we can get seats a little further back and you get a PS5. So he was like, I'm gonna get seats further back. So we're in the 100 something, but we're like room M all the way. So we never sat at this angle before. It was either between there or he was gonna sit in the corner where you couldn't see them come out like we did in July when SmackDown came, so he could see backstage and I could be nosy and see what production and stuff is doing. But he wanted to hold a sign, so we're sitting up against the wall where they be like the camera is. So it's like this time we're gonna get a big enough sign. So if I had to rank the matches and the events that took place at Elimination Chamber from my version of best to worst, and all of them are great. I'm not saying like, that one of them sucked or something like that. They were all good. And I will honestly say that I did not watch the tag team match before the show. I think my son watched it. He said it was okay. I watched the women's match with them. He rewatched it because he watched the women's match and didn't really watch anything else. And today he's at home, viral infection. So, luckily I work from home. I can work from home. It just started raining. Yeah, I hit the water in the gutters. So, yeah, so if I had to rank the matches and events from best to worst, I would say it'd be men's first. I don't know. Second, I'm going to tie the second for Rhea's match and then the women's first. You're hungry and you want hot dogs? Okay. He's singing. And then the second will be women's, both of them. And then third will be the Grayson Waller effect. And the last one would be the tag team match. And I'm just thinking about the Grayson Waller effect. I was crying. I was laughing like, I don't know. So, I've been craving Dove dark chocolate. I've been craving sweets. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to open up this dark chocolate. I love dark chocolate. Dove is my favorite, even though people from the United States like it's not. Bless you. Bless you. Blow your nose. People from outside of the United States like this is not real chocolate. I don't like the cocoa kind. That'd be like 96%. The most I could go is like 70 something. Can't do it because then it tastes like tree bark. But if it's milk chocolate, it has to have something with it. Like Reese's has peanut butter. Twix is my favorite right now. It's been my favorite for like 2 years. 100 grand. And like chocolate covered almonds. And I didn't become a chocolate person until I think I turned 30. It was always sour and sweet, which I still have. So, craving chocolate, craving sweets. I buy these fruit snack boxes for my son, and he don't even really like sweets like that. So I end up eating the box. And he got Valentine's Day candy still. I said, "You gonna eat this?" He's like, "No, I'm eating it." Anyways, first match was the women's match. I sat here and watched it. When did I start watching it? What time is it? It's so much. It's almost 5. I think I started watching one something from the women's match all the way until now. I think I only paused it once, like 2 minutes, maybe. And I was tweeting, and I took my hair out. Like I just finished these, I combed them and twisted it because I don't know if I'm gonna blow it out or put more braids in it or what. I figure that out. But first, who went in first? Oh, Bianca. Because I remember because of production, and I was freaking out. Y'all know I'm a production person. I do production every week at church. I never knew that I had a love of something by volunteering for something. Like I knew I liked it enough, but like I've grown to love it. And which ironically kind of makes sense because my major in college was accounting, and I was going to switch my major because I'm good at math and I'm like a real logical thinker, but I'm very, very creative. I was going to switch my major to radio production only because I wanted to be on a radio show. I wanted to be able to give people like new music and stuff like that, give my opinion, kind of like when the Williams, but not in a bad way. But you won't see my face because you know this was before. This is when I got to college, Facebook had just popped off. Like people were still in between Facebook and MySpace. Okay. And I was like, I can give my opinion, do all that, and still live normal life or whatever. If I became popular. So, but I never thought, now I'm thinking about it, I was like, well, I always kind of had a love for production because I like to see how there's one side of my brain that's very logical, likes to know the inner workings of stuff. I like to know how stuff works from the ground up. That's how I always end up becoming a trainer. I want to know how everything works wherever I am, every position that's related to mine or exactly like mine, so I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and also I like doing stuff for myself. So if you show me how to do this, I won't need to call you. That's just me. So, yeah, that's the logical side of the radio, sound engineer and all that. And then the creative side would be to show the displays and how I could create them and stuff like that. So I never knew. And that's something that both of my brains, I can use both sides of my brains for, just like with cosmetology, both sides, and marketing. So, yeah. But I freaked out. She looked great. First of all, first thing I said was, ain't it summertime in Australia? So I was like, she's skipping. Because you know she does her little skip when she with the hair in the fur coat. And I said, it's summer. And then I think, was it Corey or Michael said, he said, she got to be the only one tonight in the coat. I said, okay, because I don't care. Now, if Australia is like North Carolina heat, okay, the humidity here is what makes it hot as hell. And people didn't believe me, okay? Or my sister, because my sister, once we moved down from the DC area, we moved here. She has never left. So she's been here for 20 something years. Like, I've left here after I finished high school. Like, I had like 2 years of high school when we moved down here, 2.5 years. Went to Greensboro to go to A&T, moved to Nashville, Tennessee, moved to Florida, ended up moving to Maryland, coming back to like Greensboro for a little bit, was in Florida, then moved here. And when I tell you the humidity here makes it hotter here in the summer than it does in Florida, it's ridiculous, okay? And then it's muggy, and you think it's going to get cooler when the sun go down. Nope. The moon be bright and out, and it be hot as hell still. And then sometimes it got a nerve to go up a degree. Like, how? And there's no sun out. Like, what are we doing? So if Perth is like Australia, if Perth is like North Carolina, it would have been, she a good one, because there's no way I would have did it. I'm trying to tell you. I don't like being hot, period, anyway. And I'd be like, you used to live in Florida, I'd be like, okay, during the day, if I was off, we was at the pool, and then we'll go take showers and chill out. And I'm in the house till like between 5 and 7. I'm not going outside. And then it rain every day. Going to spring and summer. Like, no. Not doing that. So, and I stayed, outside of Orlando. So I stayed in Castleberry, Winter Springs. Like, I'm not, no. And then people want to come and be tourists in the summertime. And I think my aunt asked me, like, when is the best time to come? Where it's not too hot and it's not a lot of people. And I was like, March or September. I was like, if you come March, like the week after spring break, the kids have, because college kids, when they have spring break, unless they got like a basketball tournament or something there, they're not coming to Orlando. They're going to Miami. They might go to Sarasota. They might go to Pensacola, something like that. They're not coming to Orlando. It might be 1 or 2 out of a crowd of like 100 people that might come here. They're not coming here. But those are the 2 best times to come. Anyway, she looked great. I was like, look at her in the Bethune-Cookman colors, the burgundy and gold. I also realized that her husband and Angelo had them colors in one of their gear. And my thing was like, first I was like, did she come up with this concept, or did she have one of the designers, what's his name, JPZ Peg, design, like have the concept drawn, and then she sewed it, because he did that for Wrestlemania, and I watched the show on Hulu, and she was like, this is the first time I took an idea from a designer, and her outfit ended up being on the game. So he'll forever live like through the game, which I feel like is so dope. But he does Naomi stuff now. Like, she's had about 3 or 4 gear concepts from him, which is cool. And I think he's still at high school. Like, his talent is crazy. But yeah, I was like, she got the cooking. I was like, Bianca looks good in any shade palette of red, light red, pink, burgundy, maroon, and gold. Like, and that was for her. Okay. Then who else? Who came out after her? Tiff came out. Tiff gear. She had my favorite gear out of all of them. She had my favorite. And then the detail in the top is what got me. And I was like, oh my God. Like, and y'all know how I felt about like them putting her over so early. But her gear was everything. And I was like, oh my God. I don't know how I felt about the boots though. When they showed a close up of her in the match, I was like, I don't know. But I know them pants and that shirt and the hair was everything. And I don't know how I feel about her makeup. And it's not because she wears it. I don't know if it's a lot of contouring right here or if it's just a lot of blush right here. But it's something, because when they show her pictures, like when her boyfriend working out with her with no makeup on, and then they show her with makeup on, and I be like, who in it? She looks like two totally different people. That's what I'm going to say. And normally when you're wearing makeup, it's not supposed to make you look like something else. It's supposed to just enhance your beauty. Because she's already a pretty girl. But then she put on the makeup, and I'm like, who? What? Like, I don't know. Like, it's something around the cheeks, I think, that makes it, maybe it's the contour that gives the illusion that her face is, I don't know, because contour gives for those that don't know, gives illusion of stuff. So a lot of people that contour like their nose, when people are like, oh, the celebrity has a nose job, and then they'll take the makeup off, and I'm like, it's the contour. It makes it look thinner or a certain way, and it's not that way. So, yeah, she came out. I loved her gear and everything. Okay. And then who came out after her? Naomi came out. And y'all, black and lime green are my two favorite colors. Okay. Okay. And JPG, I think his name is JPG_Pez. I think that's his name. He did that concept. He did her concept for that. He did it for Royal Rumble. I think he did some of her stuff for like TNA Impact. Like she's taken, she like has liked, and Miss Sandra has put together. I think he did like her Orlando Magic gear for like her photo shoot. Like he been okay. And I think it's another designer that she follows. I think he took like a concept or something from her, but his concepts are crazy. They are so good. They are so good. And he did his thing with her. The only thing about the gear that she had on was the fur around her boots. I'm like, she put that on, with the fur and then the strap over her shoes. And I'm like, is it thick, or is it just like a sleeve with like glue on? I mean, with fur like glued on the front, because I know from her knee down, her calves, I know they were hot. If that was like, fur. Okay, because I think almost about every concept she's had. Remember, she has fur on the bottom part of her legs, which I'm not mad at, but if it's summertime near and y'all outside, I'm just saying, okay. And then Raquel came out. I'm happy to see her back. She didn't have any makeup on. Her face was real rosy, like rosacea. So I didn't know if that was from the heat, or if that was from the condition that she has been dealing with. And I was like, if it's the heat, that's fine. I know all of them probably got a tan being there 3 or 4 days, especially if you was outside enjoying the beach and all of that stuff. I turn pink when I'm hot. But I'm like, if it's the skin issue, I'm glad that she's able to wrestle through that. But it had me worried. Like, that's the only thing about loving what you do. That's the only downside about loving what you do. You love what you do so much, especially if you have a fan base and you don't want to let certain people down, or you expect, they expect you to be there, and you come, and then you have other issues going on, like body or family passing or something like that, and you don't go because you're at this event. Like, I like that thing with Becky and her father's funeral, when she had said, and I had mentioned that, I was like, to me that is crazy. I understand it to an extent, but that's like crazy. And I get it, because I think Seth has said in an interview that he loves what he do, and he gives 110% every time, Not only because he loves what he does, but it might be some little kid in the ring. I think John Cena has said something like this too. It might be a kid or somebody in the ring that's never been to a live event, that's excited to go. This is their first one, and then they see you. You're their favorite. So you don't want to. I get that aspect, but at the same time, like, you're human, And I understand that she just got back, but if that was the issue she's dealing with, I don't know. I don't know if it's like, I forgot what she said she had, but I don't know if it's like psoriasis or something, or was it PCOS or something, where it gets inflamed and it itches and all that. Because if that's what one of the things is, and she fought through all that, she is a trooper, okay? Because it's no way, when my skin gets itchy and irritated, I can only do but so much. And my grandma calls it cheap skin. You have had multiple allergic reactions to various things. I just had one to a Band-Aid they put on my arm after they took my blood at the doctor, and I got my blood drawn, and they used the same Band-Aid 2 months earlier. Like, what the hell? And the bumps are clearing up. And the nurse was like, you can get allergic, become allergic to something anytime in your life. That's what threw me. She was like, yeah, one day your body won't wake up and be like, we don't like this. She's like, anytime. It's not just like, oh, he was allergic to peanuts. And all your allergies don't happen when you're little. That basically is what she's saying. And your body can switch up on you anytime that it wants to. Which I don't like. But yeah, I was excited to see her back because I didn't watch the Monday Night Raw. And normally I do, because y'all know I incorporate it into when I talk about SmackDown. I don't give a full thing because Hulu, Monday Night Raw is 3 hours on USA. Probably outside of commercials is probably 2 hours and 20 minutes or something like that. And I think it only gives us an hour and a half on Hulu, which I think is crazy because I think SmackDown, it plays an entire 2 hours. SmackDown and I think it might give us 2 hours. I think SmackDown and NXT gives us the entire 2 hours. I'm about to look. And Raw, it doesn't give you the 3 hours. They have a contract. Cause I was upset about it. I had like at them on it, and it was like, it has to do with the contract. Yeah, so Raw, it gives us an hour and a half. And then NXT gives us an hour? Really? Yeah. See, but NXT, the transition sometimes is so smooth. I wouldn't even know. And then Raw, and then SmackDown, it gives, which I watch SmackDown on regular TV. SmackDown, it gives an hour and a half, but it's fitting because by the time you take out the commercials, it's about the same thing. But Raw, I'm missing, like, normally it'll show the main men matches, and then it'll show like one woman's match. They'll leave another woman's match out, and then it will cut like the stuff with like Judgment Day. If men had another match, it will cut that out. Like, and then I have to go to YouTube to find out the highlights, the top 10 highlights, and I'll be like, I didn't see that on Hulu. That's why I can't wait for Netflix to take it on, because I have Netflix, but I'm not spending $40 a month for one channel. And I've said that multiple times. I'm not spending $40 just to have USA. Like, to me, that's crazy. But yeah, so then Naomi came out. She looked great. Tiffany looked great. Bianca looked great. Raquel came out. She had her hair cornrowed. I was like, is her hair braided? She had her hair cornrowed. Then Becky came out, and I didn't know if I liked her gear or not. The makeup was expected, okay? I didn't know if I liked her gear or not because I don't think I've ever seen her in pink, and the pink threw me off. Like, I'm used to seeing her in like silvers, blacks, yellow, purple. Not purple, sorry. Yellow, orange. I think that's it. I don't think I've seen her in anything else. So the pink threw me, and then for it to look like Nickelodeon drops, like kind of how like Naomi's Roman Royal Rumble gear looked, that kind of threw me too. And I think she lost some weight, or the gear was just a little loose. I don't know, but I thought it was okay. And then Liv came out. Love Liv came out in her shirt and then a yellow skirt, but it was kind of like the Christina Aguilera dirty skirt that she had with her other gear. And my three favorites going into the match were Liv, Raquel, Bianca. I already knew who was going to win because I accidentally woke up at 7 a.m. that Saturday and went on X and saw the winner of the women's Elimination Chamber match. My son already saw the match. He ended up rewatching it, and he only saw what once and knew the play-by-play. So he was like, "Mommy, watch this part," and I said, "Okay." So I knew who won. I just didn't. He was like, "You want me to tell you last three?" I said, "No." I said, "I know it's gonna be Liv, Becky," and I said it's either gonna be Bianca or Naomi. So everything was going off. Everything was popping off. Um, who started again? Oh, Liv and no, Naomi and Becky had started. I said, okay, the OGs, they started. So they started it. And then after a while, you could tell they was kind of getting tired. They wanted to try to conserve it. Then they give each other like a slap on the hand. And then they held each other's leg. And I was like, they look like they're going to be doing the kid and play. For those who don't know this, is watching the video, y'all know it's a hip hop dance by old hip hop group called Kid and Play that they used to dance on a movie called House Party. Okay, so they put each other's legs down. Came out. Who came out first? Tiffany came out first. That's right, because they tried to. I think she tried to. Yeah, they came out. She came out first, and I didn't even know before before last SmackDown that she was on Team USA as a gymnast. And that kind of threw me because that's one of the things I watch. Like when I watch the Olympics and stuff, gymnastics is one of the events I watch, and I don't remember her in gymnastics. So I was like, but then if she started WWE in 2020, they had the 2020 Olympics in 2021? So she wasn't on that one. Yeah. And I don't really think I watched gymnastics in 2016. I think I ended up only watching track that year. So that's probably why I don't remember her, if I'm being honest. Because I think that was like the first time I didn't watch the gymnastics events that I don't recall. Yeah, and then when she hit them backhands, I was like, okay. I said, it's given gymnastics. And then she tried to do Naomi one way, and Naomi countered and flipped like this. And my son was looking like, Mom. And I was like, well, I said, Naomi's a dancer. I said, they know how to do those no hand flips and dance. I said, cheerleading and dance and gymnastics kind of have some of the same moves depending on what you're doing. I was like, but cheerleading and gymnastics is more hard structure. So even though a dancer could probably do the stuff that they're doing, that's not their main thing that they focus on. They might mainly focus on like the concept of the dance, stuff like that, versus cheerleaders and gymnasts will focus on techniques and stuff of the flips and stuff like that. And most of the time, cheerleaders and dancers have like out of control abs, like in the dance, and the dancer normally has just like a nice shaped body, might have abs, most of the time they don't. stuff like that. So, and I'm saying this because I was a semi dancer. My sister did ice skating and gymnastics. So, speaking from experience. But yeah, that was dope. And then who came out? I don't even remember all who came out in what order. I think I know Bianca came out last. I think Liv came out fourth. I think Liv was fourth because I think they said this is her fifth one, and I think they said they had 5 or 6 winners that came in fourth or something like that. And she handled Tiffany. I said that's from Friday. I said Tiffany got beef with almost everybody in this ring. I said if one thing and not another, she got a good storyline already, and she only been in SmackDown 2 weeks. I said you got beef with Bianca. I said all them was standing around when they was talking about her contract. Michin, Naomi, Liv, her, So, and then the next week, you and Liv and Bianca and all that when Jade was in the room. So I was like, yeah, she's gonna it's gonna be a problem for her when she get into this ring. So then after that it was she was just getting tossed. And I was like, dang. So I think Raquel came out 5th. Or it might have been Liv then Raquel. And she's a powerhouse that we all know. And I've been saying for the past year and a half, 2 years, that I want to see a triple threat with her, Rhea, and Bianca. And I think this is before Rhea got a title and when Bianca still had a title. See who was the strongest. This is before Nia came back. But now that Nia is back, I might throw her in there. I was also thinking about Jade, but she lifted Nia up for a couple seconds at Royal Rumble. Looking at some of her matches in the past, I wouldn't consider her a powerhouse. I'm saying, well, I don't know. I might throw her in there. And honestly, I thought about Shayna, even though she's not considered a powerhouse, just because of her ability in the ring. It's something. But if we had to have a 4-way match, it'd definitely be Bianca, Rhea, Raquel, Nia, and then the 5th person, like a fatal 5-way or 6-person match. Maybe Jade or maybe Shayna. Anyway, yeah, so Raquel came in there dominating. What threw me though is how I think she vertical suplexed Bianca. I said, oh, because normally y'all can't do that. Bianca, and then I think Bianca held up Tiffany. And then I said, not her marching with it, and then start marching. I was like, okay, so we showing out. So once Raquel had vertical suplexed her, I think Bianca had KO'd her. Before that, though, I forgot what had happened. But I think it was something between, I want to say, Becky and Naomi. And then, that's weird calling her Naomi again. And then her getting pinned by Tiffany. And then she just stood there in the ring like, I said, okay. She gave her that look like, I'm going to catch you outside one day. Okay? We about to, when you better hide, okay? It's like, I don't know if y'all know growing up, or somebody growing up in the hood, or you stayed in the suburbs and knew people from the hood, and they be like, I'm gonna catch you outside. You gotta come outside. Like, that's how she was looking at Tiffany. I was like, ooh, that looking serious. And whoever pinned her wig down did that, okay? Because for her to, my son was like, look at this. I think she climbed on top of the side of the cage and then did a split or something like that. And I said, oh. Then she did the booty thing. Then I said, Naomi's so thick, bottom heavy. How she put in one of her posts. I said she was trying to pin, I think, Becky and Tiff at the same time, and her butt was almost on Tiff's face. I said that's how big your behind is. And I said Liv act like she ain't got no behind, cause that little orange skirt, yellow skirt was so small. I said your cheeks is out, man. Okay. I said you could see. I said Liv got a nice shape. I said you can't be. But what threw me is, I guess because of the way the camera person was zooming in on them, and then when it zoomed out and Liv was on top of the pod, I said, when the hell she get on top of the pod? So then when she came down, Tiffany and Becky ended up on there. She tried to get mad. I said, what would be crazy if one of them got slammed off of the pod into the ring or something. But then I think Tiff tried to do a crossbody or something like that off of the rope, and my son was like, oh. And I said, I still think EO did it better. EO did it better, in my opinion. Even though I swore I saw like Lee or somebody do that prior to, like in the early 2000. But I think EO did that part better. Speaking of, I'm gonna get into okay. So then after Naomi got eliminated, Tiff got eliminated second. And people was Tiffy time, boo. They was like upset. And I said, okay, I get it now. I get it. Cause I was kind of upset, like, and I was kind of upset that she was getting put over so quickly. But I didn't know her fan base was that crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the whole front section was cheering for her. And when she got eliminated, they booed and stuff like that. And I said, okay, I get it now. Why they trying to put her over? I was like, her fan base is crazy. Huge. Huge. I don't think nobody else, no woman, did they? I think they might have said EST a couple times. And I think they said Liv. And she said, I said, it's the Elimination chamber. Okay? She's been in here the most. And then, I think they might have shouted for Becky, but like Tiff got the biggest response, I think, when she came out. The hugest response. I think so. I think she got the biggest response. And you know how certain countries, people watch certain stuff over certain stuff. That makes sense. So in Australia, they might watch NXT over WWE. Who knows? We don't know. So that's probably why they know her better. Because there's certain people that only watch stuff like that. Like they only watch college football, basketball. Because they know that the players are going to play because most of them want to make it to the pros. So they're going to give it their all. Once they get to the pros, they're not trying to put in much effort because they're not trying to get hurt and be out and stuff like that. This is how certain people play now. So people like watching high school and college level because they're trying to build on something. A lot of people think that when they get to the pro level, they don't have to keep studying their craft and building on something. And that's why a lot of people don't watch it. So a lot of people, with that being said, like a lot of people watch NXT, stuff like that, because they like to see people develop into these characters. They like to see how much their wrestling has progressed, how much their characters progress, their promos progress, stuff like that. Because when you make it to main roster, it could be hit or miss with you. And not saying that you're not great at what you do, but depending on the way creative is going, we might not see you in forever. Like outside of the December situation, and then I think Aya fighting Naomi for the last slot. I don't think we've seen them since August. Like at least 4 or 5. We ain't seen them at least 5 months before they showed up the Christmas jump. Then Candace Carter and Chance, I don't think we saw them outside of like the tag team, who's going to be tag team champions for a while. I forgot they got drafted for real. Lee, until I kept talking about her, because I was like, where is she at? Because when they showed like the list of people that got fired, let go, I was like, she not on there. So where the hell? And then it's like certain people like that. So it's not to say that wrestling is different, and the fact that they're still recruiting them, I already mentioned that, to me is crazy, because I'm like, when are these people going to get TV time? You need a TV to build up your persona. Now, unless, I don't know if they do promos at a house show. We haven't been to one yet. We're trying to go to one soon. But your fan base. So if you don't have the people that go to the house shows and don't know about you, like I said, you get most of your sales and stuff like that from people seeing you on TV and venturing out, maybe doing like commercials, stuff like that. What I don't like though is, I won't say I won't like it. I find confusing that so 2K, they say they're not basing it off of like they was doing last year for WWE, which to me, the old concept made more sense. So like, say you had an awesome year last year. So you might went from like a 75 to an 88. Awesome year, undefeated, title holder. Well, even if you ain't holding no title, you was in an Elimination Chamber, you was in Royal Rumble, you won Money in the Bank, you was in Backlash, you was in Fastlane, like you was in all the PLEs, won Money in the Bank, something like that. So it jumped all the way up. Then the following year, you might have cashed in your Money in the Bank, but you was only champion for like a week. Then after that, nothing lustrous happened with you. So you went from an 88 to like an 80. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know how the hell they're calculating the score this year, because I was watching Up, Up, Down, Down. They finally put a video up of the ratings, and I don't like it because they got it so that they're showing the character, the player, like say like Bobby Lashley comes up. They're showing the 2K24 version of Bobby Lashley while he's talking. Part of the reason why I like watching the rating show is to see their facial reactions to it, and whether it's acting or not. Like, to me, it's funny. And the funniest ones that they always display on there are Street Profits. But like, they don't show, they just showing the characters, and then like, dude, they're getting mad at, what's his name, Greg Miller. They get mad at him and stuff like that. And yes, it makes like good for, I don't even like it as a voiceover, but I'm like, we can't see his expression now. Look, he looks scared. None of that. I was like, I don't know if that's due to all of them being in a room playing Tekken, and they have all of these storylines, so K-fob and stuff like that. If that's the case, then I get it. But if it's not, it was pointless in doing the video. Y'all should have just kept announcing this stuff on the screen. I don't like it. And I've been advocating, like, are they going to do it? And if they aren't, that's cool. Like, Austin and them could venture off and do something else. If they are, when is it going to come out? So I don't like it. But I was confused at how Raquel was at 86 and Liv was at 85. And they were both tag team champions. That's what I was confused about. Now, I know when Liv was out, it was Raquel by herself. And Raquel had a couple matches with Rhea. So that might have gave her more points, another point. But then Raquel was out. And I know they're still tweaking the game. So if they go based off of, say they start making this year's game, 2025, right now, like after they finish last year's game. I don't even know when they start. Say they, okay, 2024 come out, what, March 8th? So say they start 25, March 9th. So all of the Raws and all that, NXT, SmackDown from there, or they start a Royal Rumble and go all the way up until EC or Royal Rumble. Fine, which is fine. But then the scoring doesn't make sense because it showed Randy being a 90. If you're not scoring the same way as last year, why the hell is he a 90? And technically he's been out for a year and a half. I don't get that. Because if he was basing it off of that, like the year before, he wasn't here. So if that's the score he had last year, then that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Or 2 years ago. But I still don't think. So okay, say when he was part of RK Bro, he was a 90. But if he wasn't there for 23 when that came out because he was injured, 24 he just came back because of Survivor Series. If he was a 90 then, he should at least be an 88 now. Like, he shouldn't have the same score. He was gone for a year and a half. Like, I don't think you should keep the same score if you've been out for a while injured. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. And then people that are saying, oh, well, such and such to have a 90. First of all, to get to a 90 is a 90 or above is something serious. Like, Drew's been there for a while. I think Seth has been there for a while. Of course, Charlotte, Becky, Bianca's been there for a while. In my opinion, they have Roman as a 99. He wouldn't be a 99. Not this year anyway. You got pinned by your cousin. You at least dropped down 97, 96. If anything, I would have put as a highest rated person, it would have been Seth this year. And that's just me personally. And if we want to go, I wouldn't even put Cody that high, to be honest. At most, I might put him like a 91, a 92. I don't know what his rating is. And that's only because he was a Royal Rumble in the last 2 years. And he held the Undisputed Championship for 9 days. But other than that, because he was like, I should be a 90, I should be a 90. I was like, let me tell y'all something, okay? I know I'm venturing off on this game. The Usos, okay, and the New Day, which record broke, both of them, tag team title holders, were all in the 80s, okay? Usos were at 85, and they were tag team champions for a year and some change. It was almost 2 years, at 85. Then last year, Jimmy was at 89, Jay was a 90. Jay played the hell out of his character though. But it took a while, and they are record-breaking tag team champions. You have to do something or be something phenomenal to beat that. Like, for me, Bianca, even though Charlotte was gone for 9-10 months, and I didn't like her. I didn't like the fact that she came back. I think she came back and my eyes itching so bad. I think Becky came back too, and they were above Bianca. And I'm like, Bianca been here putting in work, and how is she ranked lower than the two people that were out? Okay. But one thing about Charlotte though, when she came back last year, I see why she's ranked what she ranked. And I'm not even talking about how many titles she has. I'm talking about how she performs in the ring. Like they say, Tiffany has the prettiest moonsault. That's what she names it. To me, Charlotte has the best moonsault out there. When they talk about who was like one of your favorite people to wrestle, I remember Naomi was like, Charlotte. She brings out the best in everyone. And I truly believe that, because I believe if it wasn't for Rhea wrestling her, that Wrestlemania match would not be as epic as it was. Like, we saw her tonight with Nia, and it was good, but it wasn't as good. Like, I feel like Charlotte brings out the best. And you have to, and if you want an equally good match, or you want to match her caliber when it comes to in-ring awareness and your moves and stuff like that, I feel like you have to step your game up or bring something new. So that's why I feel like it was so epic. I think Becky was out for a while, and she came back and had a higher score. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, I don't understand why these people be leaving and come back and having high scores than the people that's been here the whole year. Like, that throws me. It throws me. I do hope that some of the people that are in here have a higher. I think this year all the tag teams should have their own scoring. Because like last year, I think they had like Street Profits and stuff like Street Profits. I think was one of the only ones that had the same score at one point in time, or Alpha Academy, and then like New Day was broke, each had their own score, and then like the Usos each had their own score. Like everyone individually to have their own score, whether you're a tag team or not. Because certain stuff, like now with Eric being out and Ivar being there, like Ivar and stuff this game up, okay? But yeah, so it ended up, the last two ended up being Liv and Becky. And I kind of predicted that. Liv, Becky, and Brie and Bianca. I kind of predicted that. I knew it was going to be, and I was like, it'd have been better if it was Raquel, because she's one of my favorites. But Bianca, Liv, and people's like, oh, she is the wild card. Like, that's why I love Liv. Like, Bianca, you're going to get a solid performance, okay? It's going to be a solid performance. And if you give her enough, you and her can make magic in the ring. Okay? With Liv, what makes her matches so epic is you don't ever know what the hell you're going to get with her. So, you might, to explain her character in my perspective, she's in between, I want to say, she's in between a Becky and Nikki Cross. Like, she can go crazy with you now, or she can be like technical, but you never know what side you're gonna get. And that is my favorite thing about her. And I feel like that's not even an act. I feel like that's who she is. And I only say that because when they interviewed Jade when she came out to the Rumble, and she was like, I didn't even she basically was like, she watched stuff with all the girls, and she said, I didn't even think to count Liv. She was like, she is the wild card. She snuck up on me. I was like, that's exactly what she is. Okay, so we knew we knew Becky was going to win. I already asked for this match too, like a year and a half ago, before Rhea had her title. I think they did a face-off or something. Or Rhea had just got her title. And I think they did like a face-off, and I said, ooh, that's a match I want to see. And Becky ain't got to win now. I just want it to be a good match. Because I think they fought each other like house shows and stuff like that, but I don't think they fought each other on the main stage. And then at one point in time, it was like Raquel and Liv fighting each other, which they used to be tag team partners. And then Bianca and Becky fighting each other. And I was like, that's crazy, because them two are in Survivor Series together on the same team for the past 2 years. And then it was Liv and Bianca. And I was like, well, everybody know watching Love in WWE, them two are good friends. I was like, this is good. So then after that, it was a tag team match. Yeah. And then they came out, they got a new song, and they called themselves the New Catch Republic. And I said, what the hell does that mean? I don't know what that means. And I think it said it was a, I guess it's a British thing or something. I don't know. But it came out. Okay. And then, New Day came out. Not New Day, sorry. Judgment Day came out. And they came out with Dom. So I was like, where is JD? Did he not fly over? Did he take his time off and was like, y'all flying to Australia, I might as well go fly. And is he from Ireland too? Fly to go see my family, and I'll see y'all on Monday. Because Samantha wasn't there, which I understand because she's a mama. And she only comes to like certain events maybe that are like in the States and Toronto, maybe Mexico and Puerto Rico. Like, I don't think she's been, was she in Saudi Arabia last year? I don't think if she was, I don't remember. But then I was like, yeah, and then they have to fly back and then be in California on Monday. Like, that's a lot. And I think she got a little baby too. Not like, as in a sense, like infant, like maybe like 7. So, but yeah. So then they came out, Judgment Day graphics, okay, and Dom snatched the mic from Mike and introduced him. The crowd was so loud you couldn't even hear what he had to say. I was like, yo, might as well let Mike. So then, of course, you know, Pete and them got tired of them and just stole off. And I said, now, one thing about Pete, he don't do a lot of talking, okay? He gonna show you, here, he gonna show you, okay? Because he used to come up and just start stealing off, and they used to have to ring the bell, and I was like, dang. That's why I was like, he that friend that you need to call when something go down, but you only call him in dire emergency. Everybody got one. And if you don't have one, you the crazy friend. Okay? If you don't have a crazy friend or family member, that's because you the crazy friend or family member. But everybody got one. And they be like, call me if something go down. You be like, I ain't about to call them because somebody gonna probably be in jail. And that's what he give off when he just go and start spilling off without talking. That's what he gives. And yeah, loved Finn's shoes. I don't know where he got those shoes from, but I need those in my life. Okay, it's like purple and white, and they fade out, and then the check is either real dark purple on a Nike Jones. I should have took a picture so I could Google it, or it's black. But I need those shoes. Okay. I used to be a sneakerhead, and they messed up when they hired me in college to work at Foot Locker, because I got that 30% discount. Listen, every new shoe that came out that I like, they was mine. Okay, heels too. I would go to. I needed certain heels for like when I went out to the club. Yeah, I don't have as many as I used to. My foot's gotten a little fatter after I had my son. I think I went up half a size, but yeah, so I need those shoes though. Like shoes, I love that. Damien stuck to his hair. Thank God it wasn't like he had white chains in it, but it wasn't the white Senegalese, because I hated them. And then I was confused because he used to have like 3 or 4 up here and then his hair out in the back, and I was like, what the hell are we doing? So then, what was the last PLE? Not the Rumble, the one before that. Was it Survivor Series when he had the one right here and then like 3 or 4 back here? I was like, thank God. And then he kept wearing it at Raw. I said, I like this one. It's not too thin, it's not too thick. Now, he basically did the same thing. I was like, keep that, because that other one, I can't do it. It's not. I don't know who told you like that. I was like, where are the cosmetologists? Why are they doing y'all hair like that and not giving you the opinion? Like, yes, I get it. You're the wrestler, you're the artist. But if certain stuff don't look right, like, I feel like it's my integrity to let you know. Like, the hairstyle is a nice hairstyle, but it doesn't look right on you or with this outfit or whatever. Like, I'm one of those cosmetologists that I'm not going to do your hair not if it don't look right, but yeah, certain hairstyles I'm not doing on certain people because that reflects on me. And if it looks bad, somebody, oh, who did your hair? And you tell them that mentally they're like, I'm not going there. Like, why? Yeah. So, and then, Pete's hair is getting long. I was shocked that I liked that Dom got kicked out. Daphne kicked him out. I was shocked that Tyler picked up Damien. Not that he just picked him up, but he did that airplane spin as many times as he did. I'd have been dizzy and been ready to throw up. And I was like, I hope he's not a person that's prone to migraines or vertigo, because that'll mess you up for a while. Because Tyler was on the floor like this. I said, I know. What's the name on it? I don't know how you could do that. Like, I could never. Even when I was little and we used to do the merry-go-rounds, and my sister and I used to have people in the middle and run around to get it to spin fast. When it was my turn to center side, I had to tell them to stop it. I couldn't do it. And after the first time, like, it be kids that go again and again. I can't do it that many times. Like, I'm good. Okay? Like, don't, I don't see how he did that. And then even with all of that, once they got the double South of Heaven and then the coup de grace, I knew it was over with. And my son said, Damien has become a better wrestler. And yeah, I said, I know. And he said, you always say I know. And I said, when you work on your craft more and stuff like that, and you get a feel of the audience and stuff like that, like, and you know what works and what doesn't work, I was like, and you perfect that, I was like, it makes you look better. So I told him, I said, personally, in my opinion, when Chelsea came back and she had her match before her 5 seconds again kicked out Royal Rumble, I was like, to me, she wasn't the best. I said, well, her being with Sonya, who's been in the business for a while, and then she has MMA like training, and you're hanging with her and you're practicing with her and stuff like that. I was like, her wrestling has become better. Like, you can see the improvement when you watch it. And I was like, and normally PLEs is where Damien shines. This one, not so much. Like, it was my least favorite match of the night. Outside of like Dom getting kicked out and the airplane thing, like, it wasn't really nothing that was like, I don't know. And it didn't have to be like a big surprise. It's just the audience wasn't as receptive. I don't know. They weren't as receptive. And then around on his wrist, I was like, is that the UK flag? But I forgot they're in Australia, and Australia has part of the, I said, I think he has an Australian wristband on him, which is cool because it's like paying homage to where they are in Rhea. So that, I think that was cool. I don't know. I know he didn't come out with that briefcase, but I also know, I'm about to watch Raw after I get done with this, but I also know that, I don't know, because I said, somebody had tweeted, was like, I got a feeling that Damien ain't never going to crash that thing in. I said, okay, because he got till June. It's about to be March. It's been 9 months, okay? I said, I was like, I told somebody, I was like, if he ain't do it by Royal Rumble, he wasn't going to do it. Like, it, not unless, because you know, Wrestlemania, every title's up. So, not unless they fight Wrestlemania and he lose, which I feel like that might happen. I don't even know what tag team is going to do it. And then he come back and get a title for somebody else. That's the only thing I could see. Because, are they having Backlash this year? Yeah, I think they're having it in Toronto. Because outside of that is Backlash. And that's the last chance, because after Backlash is Money in the Bank again. And you got to give that up. It's been a year. Like, what are we doing? Or do it on a Friday. Do it on a Monday or something. Do like Liv did on a Monday. And get your life. Okay? Because you've been trying for a while. I feel like he ain't been trying as hard because he has a title. Okay? But I don't know. I want him to cash it in sometime soon. Also, Bianca was upset she didn't make it the Royal Rumble. I said, girl, you've been in the last 3. Won the last 3. Okay? I feel like you're going to be there. It might not just be for that type of title. You know how, I think one year they said they had like a mini women's Royal Rumble, like Andre the Giant type situation at WrestleMania. Like, even if you're in that, at least you're in a match. You might not be in the main event, but you're in a match. So, and if not, guess what? You ain't got to do no press. You can actually enjoy your week at Royal Rumble. You can help people. If your husband makes WrestleMania, which I hope he does, you can now cheer him on from the sideline. Like, I know she's used to doing stuff, like, you know. But there's also a time period in your career, or just in life, where you work, and enjoy it. Then you look up, 10 years and went by, and then you reevaluate your life, like, what else have I done outside of this? And then it's like, okay, I'm gonna rest. And that's what I love about Trinity, when she left. Because she took time to enjoy her, like, figure out what she wanted to do. She enjoyed life. She walked runways. She went to movie premieres. She went to, I think, her first baseball game. I think she took her first metro ride in New York. She also like went to like her husband went to somewhere for 4th of July. Bless you. And stuff like that. So her taking the break has caused her to enjoy life more. And then her being with another company because they don't wrestle as much has given her that ability. So now if she doesn't have to, and now that they're vets in the game, I feel like now it's giving her the sense of having a work-life balance. Because I know a lot of wrestlers are there even when they don't have to be there. They're probably there Friday through Monday, and they only need to be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You know what I'm saying? When I know, like, if I know I only got to be there Friday, Saturday, I'm not coming Monday, Sunday, Monday. Especially if let me go out here and enjoy my family. Or, oh, it's a concert coming up. Like Leia, and she went to like a Beyonce concert. She went to a Janet concert. I was like, she living her best life. She just went to the Super Bowl. Like, Japan. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, now I feel like in between her working, she's enjoying her family more. She's enjoying life more. Without her having to go down to part-time. Like, she's full-time, but she's learning to enjoy life in the midst of. And that's what I appreciate about her. She finding that. And I feel like Bianca will end up finding that. If she don't make Wrestlemania this year, it might suck because she's been on top since basically like 2018. Then she win like the first Royal Rumble or something like that, or the second Royal Rumble. Well, she was the first black woman to win, something like that, I think. I don't know. I wasn't watching it, but like, she's been gone nonstop basically for 5-6 years. Like, it might be time to be like, okay, you're not gonna do it this year. It might be a SummerSlam, but you're not gonna be in a Rumble. Go, you can come. You gotta come, because you gotta be here on Friday. But you and your husband could go like sightsee. You want to take a 2-hour drive to Pittsburgh, 2.5-hour drive to Pittsburgh from Philly, like, you could do that. You want to take a 2.5-hour drive to Baltimore or New York, you could do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, sightsee, do something, Not saying to like go do something, but I'm like, enjoy your time, So then it was the Grayson Waller effect, which I'm gonna talk about that later. Before we get no. So the Grayson Waller effect. So then he comes out. No, Austin introduces him. Then he comes out. He does the shoey with a UFC fighter. I thought that was just a Grayson thing. I didn't know that was an Australia thing. So, first of all, I don't even like beer, okay? Like, my sister-in-law and my brother was like, well, maybe you would like an ale, because my brother, he drinks Coronas every once in a while, and he'll drink Bush's Apples. I think that's what it's called. Like, I've had a sip of Heineken, but they said beer and coffee are acquired taste. Like, and you have to grow to like it. I don't like coffee either. I'll drink tea and cocoa all day. I got a whole cabinet full of tea. Okay? Don't like coffee either. So like, for me, I don't even like beer. But then you drinking it out of a boot or a shoe. Like, is the shoe clean, or did you have it on your feet? Because that's why I'm like, ugh. Then even if you didn't have it on your feet on that ward, somebody had to try that shoe on in the store. Not unless you directly order from online. Okay? But it depending on if you order it from line, because I used to work at Champs and Foot Locker. Okay? If you order something from online and the website might not have it, they're going to ask for it from the closest store. Have you box it up, the people that work there, and send it via UPS to wherever it needs to go. And then the person gets it. So if that's the case, then people's feet been in it. Like, that's too unsanitary for me. I can't. Mm-mm. So he did that. Then he came out, brought Seth. Production showing out again. Seth came out. I said, okay, Seth, with the outfit. Because before I saw the close up, it looked like to me just a regular like tan or gray jean jacket. Like a gray jean jacket and matching pants. Okay. And then when I was like, this looked like something he would wear at like that he would wear out or off the runway. Then when I saw things, I said, okay, yeah. I said it's a mixture of like runway chic and outside chic. But he came out, they serenaded his song. For a while, Austin was over there counting his abs. I said, how many times is he gonna count his abs? So then Cody came out. Well, I will say that I'm upset about is Cody came out. Grayson introduced him coming out. Y'all got Mike sitting there. Use that man. Like he does Cody's name the best, in my opinion. My son loves the way Samantha does it. I'm all for Mike saying Cody's name. Alicia's a close second for me. Okay. Love Samantha and everything else. Like ain't nobody do Chelsea, Imperium, the bloodline like her. And it's another girl she does. She put a tweak on her name recently. I said, oh, we're doing her name too. Was it Rhea Ripley? It might have been Rhea. No, it was Tiffany. I think it was Tiffany Stratton. But no, was it? I don't know. It was somebody else outside of Chelsea Green. I do know that. So yeah, I was like, use them. So they asking about who Seth wants to fight, and Seth's like, he's a visionary, whatever. He's gonna be clear by time then. Kim his, and then Cody starts talking about him fighting Rock anytime, anywhere. And then Seth is like, the bloodline not gonna be by themselves. You got me. Yada yada. I said, don't trust it. Don't trust it. I said, now from stuff I seen on YouTube, well, I only saw one thing on YouTube. It showed this reel of how Seth and Roman was like on the same team. I think they won a tag team as the Shield. I know they were in the Shield, but I wasn't watching it and see. So I think they were on a tag team together. And then Seth hit Roman in the back with a chair. And I was like, don't go for that, Cody, because he going to do something like that to you. You going to think you got somebody in your corner and you going to get hit in the back with something. Seth could be limping, half dead, and betray you. Not only for his allegiance to a former Shield member, but because every time y'all two fought, he lost. So, and you ain't want to fight him. So he a little mad. Like, don't trust it, okay? Do not trust it. So then after all of that happens, Austin snatches the mic from Grayson, and Grayson looked like, and I was like, what is happening? First of all of them got tans, okay? Seth, I know he's a little darker than the rest of them, through heritage and stuff like that, but all of them got tans, because even Grayson, like, I'm trying to figure out how here down got a tan, but his face is not tan. Like, normally it's the opposite, but his face was lighter. So I was like, either he had on hats or something. Yeah, but all of them had a little tan being out there. I said, okay, y'all was enjoying Australia. Okay. But he snatched it and was pretending to be The Rock with Cody. And then it was chanting Rocky sucks. Somebody had a Peter Maivia sign out there. And I was like, why, who did that? And then somebody was on the floor, had to be in like row 20 or something, and the camera was going over the crowd. This man was dressed like the Ultimate Warrior, like had like a pink headband, the face paint, the shorts. I said, how hot is it there? Like, and then I think right around the time Grayson and them had came out, it was getting dark. So I said, it's summertime. It's getting dark at 7:30. But then I forgot we're going into spring. So that means they're going into fall. So it's getting darker sooner. Because I had to reevaluate my life. Since they're on the southern hemisphere, they're always like half the opposite of what we are. So we're in winter, they're in summer. We're going into spring, they're going into fall. So whatever. But yeah, he was like, it doesn't, and Seth was laughing, like, do it again, do it again. Then he slammed him into the sign. Cody him with a Cody cutter. Grayson just stepped back and let it happen. But my thing was, I said, that's gonna be it. I said, I guess they broke up as friends. That's gonna be an issue because you ain't even help. Also, but he snatched the thing from you. Like, y'all supposed to be cool. He could have asked you for the mic or went like held out his hand or something. Like, he just snatched it. But the fact that Grayson kept bringing out the bloodline and how good they were. Like, what did you and Roman talk about? Because why is the bloodline all in your conversation? Oh, The Rock is so great. Oh, da, da, da. Like, what are we doing here? Is he trying to make you the new Sammy outside of the betrayal? Because I'm not understanding that part. Also, speaking of, I don't like the fact that Bayley's in none of these. Now, if she opted not to be because she wants to be with her family and stuff like that, I get that part. That would make stuff better and more cleared up. But the first press conference she wasn't at, Bianca was there. And Bianca was just there and she said something for 3 minutes. And I was like, remember, I was like, girl, I was like, we love you, but you could have did that. They could have put you on the Jumbotron from the house and they could have Teams or Zoomed you for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I get it because she's on the game. Okay? But the game gonna sell regardless. Okay? Why y'all ain't got Bayley there? So then, the press conference, I don't even think Bayley was in Australia at all. Period. I don't think she was in Australia at all. So then when they brought out when Grayson Waller effect, and then they had Austin Theory live, and I said, please let that be a one-time thing, and he don't get no show. I was like, he gonna be hated more than Grayson. You know what I found interesting though when they came out is when Corey and them was like, before he became a wrestler, he was a high school history teacher. Grayson, I said, what made him decide to not teach and become a wrestler? Like, people's background stories to me are interesting. I love watching documentaries of like tours and all that, how stuff is made. Like when Nicki Minaj was still, before she was whatever she is now, like when she used to do like her behind the scenes of how she made videos and stuff or prepare for a tour. Like, I'll watch all that because I love to see what it takes to prep for something like that. Like, it's very interesting to see how much time and stuff is put in. Like all the Beyonce ones I watched, stuff like that. Like even when DVDs came out, when they would show like the behind the scenes stuff and the bloopers and stuff like that. Like, I'm watching all that, the commentary, all of that. I'm watching all of it. So like, it's interesting to hear like the different paths that people took. Because for the most part, you hear, oh, I want to be a wrestler my whole life, or I was in sports, this sport, it didn't work out, didn't want to do that no more. Now I'm in wrestling. Like, you don't hear something like, I was a teacher and then decided to be a wrestler. Like, what? Like, to me, that was like, I was surprised. But then I looked at him and I said, I could see him being a teacher, but not for high school. I could see him being like a middle school teacher, where they be like, oh, he the cool teacher. We like Mr. Waller. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's just interesting. It's very interesting. And I love that now it's millennials. Hold on, how old is, I think the oldest person wrestling right now might be, that's on the current roster, what, 42, 43? So millennials start at 80 to 95. So that means 44. So yeah. So millennials and Gen Z. I love that how a lot of them have higher education. I love that part. I love that. It's very interesting to see like a path. And it's not like a just in case situation. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like it's good as a backup. Like I have friends that went to college. They don't do nothing with their degree. Don't do anything with it. They do something successful and something totally different. So I get it. But they be like, just in case I get tired of doing this, I can always go back to this. But they're doing like what they love or something like that. Or they're doing something that they need that's going to pertain to what they're doing. Like I know someone that's a lawyer and she has a clothing line. She her child is an influencer. She has other stuff going on, so she draws up contracts because she's a lawyer. So I get it. Like I get the whole education thing. Then if you are my age, especially if you grow up, as a POC or a woman, we were told to get higher education. It helps make our lives and earning better. So, but yeah. So when that happened, I was like, he just let him. Yeah. So she's not in that. She's not in. And I think somebody had put on X and was like, she's not even on a flyer. Like they got Bianca on the flyer. And someone's like, I understand that she's popular, she's in the last 3, but you're not the main event in Wrestlemania. They even got Io on the flyer. Bayley is nowhere on this flyer. And when I was watching the behind the scenes of her talking about Wrestlemania when she won, she was iced up. No. Was it not Wrestlemania? I was about to say Royal Rumble. I think it was Survivor Series. Something like that. And she was iced up. And she says, I'm always overlooked. Like I've been in this business, I'm the one that they overlook. And I feel like that's the same thing that's happening right now. Not unless it's because I'm like, she's not in none of this stuff. And if y'all have another press conference, she better be there. And if not, y'all better extend her story on SmackDown. And it better not be 2 to 5 minutes. Like we need to know what the hell is going on. It's 40 days left, 39 days left. They building up. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like Rhea and Charlotte didn't have to do too much. She said what she had to say. I think we was on 2 different shows at the time. And they came on each other's and did their little thing or whatever. But with Rhea and Charlotte, the difference is we've seen them have matches the whole year, with each of them winning various matches. So the build-up didn't need to be as extensive, and they weren't in those storylines. With Damage Control, they're just as much in the storyline and the bloodline. Why the hell is she not in these press conferences? Like, why isn't Io in none of these press conferences? And I don't care if y'all gotta get a translator. Like, put them in these press conferences. I don't understand. And if y'all not having one, please extend that story. Okay? Because that whole thing with Dakota getting hurt, Bayley don't fall for that. Okay? What Whoopi said, Molly, you in danger, girl. You better go ahead. Keep your head on the swivel, okay? Because she'll fake like she for you, and she'll hit you with a chair or go against you too. I seen that clip too on NXT. She did that too. Who the hell did she do that to? They said she did it to her old tag team partner, and I don't even remember who that was. And she went ham on her. But this thing is going to be interesting because they always have Bayley. Like when 2022-23, they said she lost 80% of her matches to put other people over. I want to see her wrestle. I want to see her wrestle. Okay? And that means like no hold bar. Oh, don't put nobody over. Wrestle, okay, till your time is up. And then whoever gets pinned when the time is up, that's who wins. Not unless it's is meant for Bayley to win, even though she still might get sabotaged and stuff like that in the way of her winning, and then people might help her, or she might not get no help, and she still wins. Let us see what she can do. A lot of people forgot how good of a wrestler Bayley is because she always, she's the new Natalia. She helps get people over. So they don't let her shine the way that she could shine. And it's tragic because you have the other 3/4 women doing it. Well, the other two, because the fourth one is gone. But the other two shine like no question. Bless you. Like we need that from home. We need that from Pam. Okay, let her live her best life and give her some promos. That just pissed me off. Cause I was pissed off the first time she was. I didn't even think about it honestly. The first time she wasn't there, and then when CM Punk had said something, I said she sure wasn't there. I was so pissed. Like I was like, she sure wasn't. But then after that, it was the men's. Oh my God. My favorite match of the night was the men's. And let me tell you why. I've been wanting Bobby to wrestle since he got drafted to daggone SmackDown last April. Okay? I think he only had 2 half a matches. Okay? He might have had 1 match, and I think the other ones he was helping from the sideline. Y'all forgot how much of a beast this man is. Okay? I was like, y'all need to stop playing with him. Like he ain't beat Omos, and he ain't beat Brock, and he ain't had no title. Okay? Because y'all was playing with my man for a while. I was like, I don't know what the hell we doing with him, but we need to do something. Okay? Now, I already knew in my mind who was going to win this. Who was going to be the last 2. I already knew. Before anything happened, I said the last 2 going to be Randy and Drew. Okay? I'm going to need that last third one. Third to last to be Bobby. All right? Because I was like, Randy and Seth is going to be a good match. I was like, Drew and Seth, even though we saw it again, it's going to be a match. And I was like, it's going to be, I feel like a deserved match. And that's what ended up happening. And the reason why I say it's been a reserved match, because he's been talking about stuff like that. And Corey said it's a thin line between motivation and delusion. And he was like, Drew is dancing on a line. I said, no, that is full on delusional. Like, he's not dancing. He done crossed that line a while ago. But I'm glad that he won the match only because he didn't have his WrestleMania moment. The world was shut down. So he did have to do it behind with no crowd, people screaming and nothing like that in Tampa at a closed arena and nothing happening. Like, so I do feel like he needed to get his match again. Now, I will say I don't feel like he need to win, but I feel like he should get the match again. Like I said, Randy just got there. Just like with Tiffany just getting there. You don't need to win. I feel like Naomi making the PLEs is good enough for now because you just got back. You know what I'm saying? Randy just came back from injury. You don't need a match right now too soon. Like the people that's been there should get what they get. So, now the first 2 people. Hold on, who came out first? KO came out first. You know the graphics and all that. Okay, the KO Wrecking Ball. And then after that, I think Bobby came out. And Bobby's gear. And I was like, oh my God. Like that white was everything. And I said, I don't know who did his gear. It's giving Miss Sandra. If she did his gear, I don't even got to say nothing. Because it's phenomenal. And we know she, okay? We know she does all the Codys. We know she does all the Naomi. She does Jade's. Okay? Like, and she's been doing Street Profits. You ain't got, when you know when it's Miss Sandra, okay? Because when Street Profits came out with that blue jump, I said that looked like something she made. And it sure did, because I follow her. I follow her on IG, and she had put a video. I said, I knew she made this. Her or Christina. I knew somebody made it. Okay. So then it was the gear for me. And I was like, yes, he came in second. Logan came in third. And I was like, where's the production? And my son was like, he probably ain't won it. And I said, no. I said, what is happening? I was like, so then when he came up, they did his graphics and then they did the fireworks, which was impressive. I was impressed kind of with his, I like this gear too. It was a lot of gold, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think he's always wore yellow, but I like the gear. I like the detail in the gear. I don't know who did his gear, but it was nice. And I think Cole's probably said he's the only one that wore his his jacket inside the pod. Like that's been a first. And then Randy is Randy. He comes out and does him. Like still the way he looks athletically is still ridiculous. Ridiculous. And then Drew came out. Now the pyro and stuff with him was crazy because after they did the fireworks, it was fire going while he was going down the aisle. And I was like, that is like the way it looked awesome. And then I was like, where's his sword? And when is the last time he's had his sword in the ring? Does he not have his sword anymore? And then of course LA Knight came out first. But for me, if it was me running that match, it would have been LA and Logan would have came out first. Them two would have been the first two. And then that way the four in the ring would have been, in the pods would have been Randy, Bobby, KO, Drew. So it wouldn't even matter who came out. You was damned if you do, damned if you don't. That would have been like, okay, so now who I gotta prep for? But KO and LA did what they needed to do. Okay. And then KO came out and caused some disturbance. I think KO came out. Right? And then because he was mimicking Bobby. He was punching on the thing with Logan. I can't remember if Randy or Bobby came out after that. 1, 2, 3. I want to say, I think Bobby came out after that. And he was wrecking heads. And I was like, Bobby! The power, okay, he has is crazy. And that's why I've been like, why y'all not having this man have no matches? Because I can't even explain like the level of like excitement and how glued in I was on this TV. Yeah, so I want to say, but I can't even remember if it was Bobby or Randy that came out. But when Bobby came, I was so freaking excited. I was like, and he was doing damage. You hear me? He was coming out getting everybody. Okay? It was so much destruction going on. Like KO gonna do KO. That's why I was like, my favorite three going in here was Bobby, KO, and Logan. Because of Bobby's strength and how he brings excitement from the audience, and then KO's versatility, and Logan because he's such a good student of the business in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like someone's like, for him he's learned so much. It was like for him being there the last 2 years, like he literally went from a celebrity. Because when I first saw him, I think it was 2022 SummerSlam. And I was like, who is that? I didn't know who the hell he was. Like I wasn't a person that was in the Vines. Like I was not the Vine person. Like if I saw Vines, it was through other friends or people uploaded Vines on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like Scarlett Takes a Tumble and stuff like that. Like I saw that from YouTube. I didn't watch Vines. So like all the King Von stuff and all that, I saw that from YouTube. So I didn't know who Logan and Jake were. So And then I heard of Jake because I heard of all the buzz with him and his fighting. I didn't know about Logan at all. So for him, they was like, oh, he's a like influencer. My son, of course, knows him in the prime and all that. He was like such a fan. He didn't try all the primes. He don't like none of them. He's very picky of what he likes though. And he, yeah, so like he's such a student of the game. For to watch him like against the Miz, and they said the Miz helped like train him or something like that. He said in one of his things, and then him grow with every person, every PLE that he's in. You would have thought he was in the game for 10 years. Like that to me is impressive. He's already has the promo skill part down. To me, he already hated. You know what I'm saying? But to catch on as quick as he does. Because when I first saw him, and I was like, he's good as hell. Like, and then someone was like, he used to be wrestling in high school. And I was like, well, how long ago was that? Because if it's like riding a bike, like he picked that up quick. And every time he's gotten better and better and better and better and better and better and better. Like it's been, and he was like, he's such a fan still of WWE. Pat has said this too. Pat McAfee said this too. Like Pat is such a fan that he can't believe that he's sitting next to Cole. He does the commentary because he was like, for him, he just, even though they get like brief of what's going on, he's still like in awe. It's like his brain is separating him as the employee to him as the fan. So like him then standing on top of Nelson's table doing the J thing, it's hilarious. But Logan was like he blacks out so much, he's so focused. And a lot of wrestlers have said that they don't know what's going on. So he was like, I watch it back, and he's like, I'm like, who's that? Dude's done pretty good. And he was like, that's you. He was like, that's you. So, but he's done phenomenal. It's people that's been in this business 5+ years, and I feel like don't get it as well. But now with him in the brass knuckle thing, I don't like that part of it, only because I know that he has a skill set to wrestle. But like, yeah. And then KO can probably do almost any move you can think of. Like, and I've already become that way. So, but yeah, so he was just blanking. Bobby, I think Randy was came out. And Randy was doing his thing until, did he hit an RKO on somebody or did he get slammed by Bobby? I think he got slammed and messed his back up. And I think Cole and them was like, his back is hurt. Like, he's seriously hurt. Because one time Bobby was going after all of them. Like, KO, I think this is before Logan came out. So KO was on the side. He was going Drew. KO's over here. And Randy, LA. And then he speared LA Knight. And I was like, I wanted him to spear Randy so bad. But Randy's back. They was like, Randy's had back problems before. That's why he was out. And I was like, I thought it was his neck. But and then Logan's thing got open. First of all, KO ain't even let him open the pod. He tried to slide it. And he tried to slide. I was like, is he trying to prevent him from coming out? Homeboy wasn't even out 10 seconds. KO done beat him up in the pod. Pushed him into another pod. Beat him up. All of that. So then I'm like, Logan probably got the worst of it, to be honest with you. Because after I think he got beat up by KO. Then he came up, I think, came back. That's the only person he really was attacking. Then came back, tried to attack KO again. I think Bobby had suplex KO into one pod. And then he speared Logan to another part. I said, ain't neither one of them getting up no time soon. Okay. They was laid out. And I was like, oh, he about to do it. Then Drew came with the Claymore. I said, ooh. And Drew, he tried, I think, put him in the hurt like before, and then I think he Claymored him again, and he ended up getting eliminated first, which I was shocked. I was shocked. But I'm like, honestly, if you look at it from that perspective, he's the only one that was up, has doing the most energy, all that other stuff. So if you're up and stuff like that coming at me, and it's just me, that means more likely me you have more of a chance to wrestle against each other. One of us is getting pinned first, okay? Which makes sense because LA Knight and Randy was recovering, and then KO and Logan was KO'd for a second. So then I was surprised, but then also I was like, logically it makes sense because you don't want Bobby in the final three. Like if we're thinking logically, Bobby being in the final three, his chances of winning got to be 95%. Like it's no way in hell with Randy's back that he was not going to be, it wasn't going to be him and Drew at the end, and Drew losing. Like it was no way. So they had to put Kim out first because yeah, there's no way. Okay. And I also feel like that mixed tag match with Street Profits, B-Fab, and him is going to be versus Carrie, Scarlett, and AOP. Wrestlemania or something like that, a pre-show or something is going to happen. That's why he's not going to be in it fighting Seth. That's me, honestly, personally. So then it ended up being so then I think LA Knight, BFT, Randy, and Drew, and who got eliminated next? Was it LA or was it KO? I want to say it was LA Knight got eliminated next. I forgot how he got eliminated. I honestly, and I just watched it a couple hours ago. Like so many thoughts is going in my head to try to say it out and get it out at one time. I'm like, I don't know what to say first. So yeah, I don't even remember. I know Drew got out KO. I think Drew got out LA Knight too. No, okay, now I remember. So, KO got knocked out next because Logan came to try to attack him again, and then Logan got stunned. I said, you can't win for loot. Every time you get up, you get knocked down. So Logan over there, and then KO Swanton's bomb Randy. Then he tries to do it to Drew. Drew has his legs up. He gets injured. So then he's laying there, I think. So then Randy gets up. KO tries to stun him, do something. Then Randy tries to RKO him. And then they keep going back and forth. So then Randy RKOs him. And then he gets pinned. I was like, RKO is just another version of a stunner. So then he's out. So then it was them with LA Knight. So then it was LA Knight and Drew. They was going back and forth. Every time LA Knight jumps on top of the ring like that, I'm impressed. Okay. I'm just impressed. First of all, because I know he's older than me, and for anybody's knees to be working that well, and you to jump up there like you spry and you 10, that's impressive as hell to me. Because I know I can't do it. Okay, so like that's impressive. And then he comes down, and then Yeah, so as KO, they let KO out. I think AJ came in. All the rest coming. AJ beating the hell out of LA with that thing. That's about, we can't let him go because it's no DQ. I said I knew AJ was gonna come if he did not get him smacked down. I knew that was happening. So because of that, he did his move on him. I think Drew pinned most of everybody that night. I think Drew pinned him too. Yeah, Drew pinned Bobby and him in LA because Randy had pinned KO. So then Logan come. Logan jumps off and sideways on top of the pod um, and knocks out Drew and I think Randy. And Randy, no, then he goes in his pants and gets his brass knuckle. No, like the hell. So they're like, it's not a disqualification, so it counts. So as soon as he tried to do all that, he gets RKO'd and pinned. I said, now look. I said, you done tried to do all that and lost. And the first round, Bobby was so hurt. It took him a while to get out the ring because I think they was fighting. And it was like, somebody was like, Bobby's still in the ring. And the rest trying to help him out. So I was like, oh, he hurt. Like, I didn't know if he hurt his elbow. I was like, at first when he got it hurt on Friday, I thought it was like a fake situation thing. Blow your nose! So, I was like, okay. So now it's down to Randy and Drew. Okay. They fighting. But God, they about the same height. Huge. Fighting, doing what they do. Then I think Randy's about to come for the win. Logan comes back and hits Randy with the knuckles. And sits on the sideline and watches. And Drew pins him. And wins. And I said, y'all know what? I said, Logan is become a part-timer, only did PLEs. I said, it's going to be Randy versus Logan for the U.S. title on Wrestlemania Watch. And I said that because I was like, you know, every title's up during WrestleMania. It's 2 days. Every title. IC, US, the women's, the men's tag, both of the women's main ones, both of the men's main ones. That's all of them, right? Yeah. So I was like, that's gonna be the next match. That's gonna be the match. Because somebody's like, oh, he better be, you know, the Viper. And I was like, Randy got so hurt he didn't even hear voices in his head this match. He ain't do none of that. Okay. Like he was, I said all of them, all 6 of them in that men's match probably had to be iced down before they got in the on the plane or had to take an ice bath. The way all of them looked, the only person that went out there walking out regular probably was KO, and that's because, you know, his slogan is keep on fighting. He get beat up so much, he probably used to it. His body probably like, okay, this is just Tuesday. But the rest of them, mm-mm. Drew, when he pinned homeboy and went like this with the ref, was like 1, 2, 3. I was like, he looked hurt too. Ooh, my nose. So then it was the main event. They showed Nia lacing up her boots. They showed Rhea. Nia looked gorgeous as always. Her face is always beat. I don't know who does her makeup. They do it to perfection. Her hair is always done. That wig be curled and held down, okay? Even if she would have came out in her natural curly hair, didn't have a wig on, she still is gorgeous, okay? Love the gear. Kind of wish it had more green than gold in it. Me personally. Like, I was like, her gear is everything. You could tell it had glitter of gold and green. I was like, if it had a little bit more green, glitter and gold, and a little less gold, I think it would have looked better. But overall, she looked great. Like, looked great. None of her looks to me have been bad. Like, you know, some people's looks sometimes be like, she's never had a bad look to me. Rhea came out regular hair, Her hair's grown out with the bangs. And then she had looked like it makeup instead of Joker makeup to me. Whatever. I actually like the makeup. Then she had a vest with the drawing of Australia at the bottom, and the back was the flag. And I was like, production. Like, I was upset. I was like, now, this is this woman's home country, okay? And she's the women title holder. Y'all need to have graphics for her. As soon as I said that, they had the Grand Reaper and they put the R in front, which I've never seen them put the R. I said, okay, I take it back. Like, that don't have me like, when they showed, I said, like, I was so in awe. Okay? Like, so much in awe. Like, oh my God, that looks so great. They showed Liv's production too. No, Elimination. I forgot to say that. I don't think Becky has one. I don't think she has one. I don't think Naomi has one either. But I think they still do. They still turn off the lights for her, right? So that she don't need one, because not unless they can find a blue light graphic that they can show at night. I mean, through with the lights off. Then, but yeah. So that match, and I was like, not unless. And I said to girl, I was like, if Nia does a Samoan drop on Rhea, it's gonna be over. Match starts. Nia's dominating. Then Rhea comes back and does a counter with the guillotine, which was good because it stopped like Nia from trying to breathe or whatever. And then Nia ended up getting her in the corner and rubbing her behind on her. I said one thing about the family, the Brock's family, is they gonna use their behind to be in some part of some wrestling. Naomi shook her behind on somebody's face. Who was that? Was that Becky's face? Well, she does the rear view. The twins back it up. Rikishi has the stank face. Like, all of them use their behind. Like, all of them. Okay. So she did that. I'm surprised she didn't do the leg drop. Did that. She tried to climb on the rope. Rhea ended up getting her bouncing off the rope. I think she threw Rhea outside of the ring. They ended up counting out. I was like, I know Rhea not about to lose her home country, but then I was like, but then again, Seth lost to, was it the Roman in his home country? So you never know. But then they said she had 13 people in the front row, and then they show her family. I said her and her sister look like twins. The only difference is her sister got blonde hair. When I tell you they look alike, okay? Then someone had a sign that said Nia, I keep calling her Nia. Nia injured me. And I was like, well, who was making these signs? That Peter Maivia one still had me thrown though. Because I was like, out of all, why? Like, I don't know. So then she slammed. Rhea put her on the announcement table, tried to do the riptide on her. I said, oh, you bugging, okay? So then she slammed. No, she did. Did she do the Samoan drop on her on the table? I think she did it. I know she did it in the ring, but she ended up slamming her on the table. Then she stood on the chair. And she went through the chair with Rhea on the bottom of the table. What had me impressed about the chair situation is she climbed on that chair got wheels, okay? I would have fell off that chair. I'm not, depending on the day, my balance don't be good anyway. Remember when you used to try to do that? If you knew parents that had chairs with wheels, like an office, or you be at your parents' job or something, and somebody always be standing on it or something, put your knees in it. That thing hard to stand on, regardless. It don't matter if you big, small, yellow, green, blue, purple, whatever. That's a hard thing to do. So for her, I was impressed by that. Because I was like, I would have fell, hit the front or the back of me. It would have been over for me in that match. And she ended up going in there, ended up doing something. Nia hit her with the annihilation, right? Um, and then Rhea came back and ended up pushing her off after 2. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, that's impressive. Okay. And then Rhea hit her with the riptide and she won. A couple things is Nia helped sold that riptide. She sold it though. I ain't gonna hold you. And then 2, I like Rhea when she fights, because even though she, to me, is a female Roman Reigns, meaning that she doesn't offer to fight for her title every week like Seth. She does it mostly at PLEs like Roman. You gonna see her every Monday, but she not gonna fight every Monday. So the thing with her that I like, and the thing with Seth that I like about them being title winners, yeah, because I can't even say Gunther either, because he's had help before, I think. But the thing with them two is they haven't had help. And if they have, it hasn't been for a while. Like, I think when Rhea first started, she might have had, God might have distracted the refs. But ever since, like, she's done it on her own. And that's what people appreciate. And that's why people, for a long time, have been tired of Roman. And it's not because he's not a great storyteller and stuff like that. It's because every time he fights for his title, one of his family members is coming out to help him win. And it gives off, you can't do this by yourself. That's why the people are pissed. But she does it. And Seth could be black and blue yesterday and he'll still fight by himself without help. Like, that's impressive to me too. Because when he fought Shinsuke, I was real nervous. I was like, he about to lose his title. But I don't know where that strength of energy came from. Must have been adrenaline, or he really wanted to keep that thing. Because he won. Okay? I don't know. Like, that's, to me, that is very, very, very impressive. I don't know if they're going to ununify these tag team titles for the men. But if y'all aren't, y'all might as well just give them back the black junk with the copper in the front. Just make one men's tag team titles. Because how long is we going to unify them? It's been almost 2 years they've been unified. When they get unified, like May of 2022, you might as well just keep one. What's the point of having 2? We had 2 because we wanted 1 for SmackDown, 1 for Raw. Now, ever since, for the past almost 2 years, it's been 1 title, you might as well say. You don't even got to say undisputed tag team title, because you might as well just say the tag team champions, because at this rate, I don't even think y'all separating the titles no more. Y'all might as well go back to the old ones. Because even if you do separate it, you're not going to add an extra time. You're not going to start SmackDown like 6 or end it at 11 with all the talent and the stories you got. Or add like a house show day and let them do what they do on the house shows. Like, they can still do who they are on the house show. You know, when they come out, they still interact with the audience like they do at the house shows. You just film it, because y'all got the camera crew and stuff there anyway. Just put it on TV. Ain't no point in doing it, because now with so many storylines, when are you going to have time to have tag team and what's the name match? That's all I'm saying. But overall, I'll keep saying the Rumble. The EC was good. And when they say happy birthday to Corey, I said, LJ, look, you got the same birthday as him. I said, y'all got the same birthday. I said, he had work on his birthday. I said, now, this would have been the ultimate trip. Like, if I had money, he wanted to go to EC, then I could afford to take him there for his 10th birthday. That would have been the only thing he would have got. Well, he ain't got no next major birthday till he turned 13, but he got enough, because he going to 2 wrestling shows in the PS5. So, anyways, I hope you guys have a great night, because I think it's 7 something now. I think I've been talking for 2 hours, and I'm about to go watch Raw, and yeah, enjoy your night. If you didn't have a good day, it's okay. It happens sometimes. Drink some wine, listen to music, have a good cry. Sometimes nothing has to be wrong. You know, sometimes you just gotta have a good cry to cleanse out your spirit, okay? And write in a journal so you can be good in your head and stuff and stay focused. They said crying is healthy for you. You should at least cry probably once every month and a half. So if you haven't in a while and you all pent up, angry, or feel depressed, maybe you need a good cry. Just saying. Because crying is just as good as laughter. Laughter is good for the soul, stuff like that. But crying lets out stuff that you might have had buried deep in your subconscious, something you had no idea about. And you keep wondering why you have these weird dreams or you feel a certain type of way, you don't know why. Have a good cry. Write down whatever you feeling. It don't have to be, I did this today, You can just be like orange, purple, whatever words come to your mind. Write it down in the journal or say it on the video and then go have a good cry. Anyway, talk to you later. Bye.